Reports have surfaced that the former Cy Young winner could be on the trade block by the Tampa Bay Rays. Remember, just pitched in the World Series for the American League champs. The lefty has 3 years, $39 million remaining on his current deal, which is very affordable, very team-friendly, but that price tag could be a little bit steep whenever you're talking about possibly swinging a trade. So, Moose, I'll ask you, both the Yankees and Mets naturally have some holes in their starting rotations. Which team do you think could benefit more if they were to add a guy like Snell?
I think the Yankees probably, but I have a hard time thinking the Rays are going to trade within the division and trade Blake Snell to the Yankees. So I think both could use them. I think obviously the Mets' interest in Bauer is pretty much in your face with Bauer, flirting with the Mets and Sandy Alderson being out front and talking about how much he appreciates Bauer, not only the pitcher, but what he can also bring to an organization. So there's no doubt that Snell can help, and he can help any starting rotation, all of Major League Baseball, and the Yankees have got a need. And certainly the Mets have got a need, but you've got to give to get, right? So you're looking at a pitcher that's not making a ton of money. Dan, you ran through it, 3 years, $39 million. So you're looking at an affordable contract, a guy that's a top-end performer. We saw him pitch very, very well for the Tampa Bay Rays, especially in the postseason.
The only thing that would scare me away is, look, we talked about the amount of money that he's making, and yeah, that's great if you're getting that. But so what I'm thinking is, well, okay, you're getting that for a guy who's a Cy Young talent with 3 years of control. You're going to have to give up a lot, and that's where I would be a little bit wary, because anytime you give up, 4, 5, 6 prospects and maybe 1 or 2 big league type talented guys, you're talking about giving up a big piece of your organization. And we're seeing more and more emphasis on having control over players and wanting to keep those young players. So yeah, I think you could be wary of that. I wouldn't necessarily be wary of dealing with the Rays necessarily. Look, I think what you're getting in Snell is a competitor, and I think there was a little bit of, pull back and forth between him and the organization. And so, I'm not saying that that's why he's on the trade block, but it could be part of it. Maybe there were some other conversations behind closed door. This guy has never thrown more than 180 innings in a year, and that was in his Cy Young season.
Some of that has to do with the way the Rays treat their pitchers as well. They just don't let them go deep into games, and we saw it in the postseason. But this is the way they operate too. Is they traded David Price, they traded Archer at a time when they were still productive pitchers. Price was still considered a superstar at the time because they want to get out in front. They don't want to have to pay people, and they have their system where they bring in all these. They have a lot of good young pitchers too that they think can come up and fill in those gaps, and they rely so heavily on the bullpen. They're not looking for guys to go 6, 7 innings. They're looking for guys to go 5 innings. So. You're going to have to pay a heavy premium for him. So I don't see it happening. But I do think it would be something to consider as far as his innings total.